There's a shady hustle circulating again, and this time it's showing up in strip clubs across the country, with dancers being quietly approached by men offering serious money to marry someone they've never met. The pitch is always similar. I have a wealthy client who needs to stay in the country. If you marry him, you'll get paid. In some cities, it's happened so often it's almost become background noise. But let's be clear. This isn't just weird flirting or some off brand sugar daddy fantasy. This is marriage fraud, and it's dangerous. Let's also be real about something else. This is nothing new. Ask any dancer who's been in the game for a couple of decades, and they'll tell you. Versions of this scam have been floating around forever. From fake modeling gigs to shady sponsors with promises of a green card and cash, it's always the same playbook with a new cover. The only difference is, if you haven't been around long enough, you might not recognize it when it comes dressed like opportunity instead of exploitation. That's not your fault, but it is why we talk, share stories, and pass knowledge down like survival skills, because that's exactly what they are. Strippers and other sex workers are being targeted because the people running these schemes believe we're vulnerable. They assume we're broke, desperate, and isolated. They think we won't ask too many questions or go to the police. And too often, they assume we won't talk to each other. They pick clubs as their hunting ground because it's a place where workers hustle hard, but are often criminalized, stigmatized, and working without much formal protection. It's the perfect setup for them. The actual deal they're offering is risky and illegal. Under US law, any marriage entered into solely for immigration purposes, especially when money is involved, is considered fraud. That can mean 5 years in federal prison and up to $250,000 in fines. And when the scheme falls apart, which it almost always does, it's rarely the broker or the man trying to stay in the country who takes the fall. It's the dancer, especially when she's already in a criminalized job and has little access to legal defense. In some cases, these setups may also be linked to human trafficking. Not all are, but enough of them involve organized middlemen and coercive tactics to raise serious red flags. When someone tries to hand you cash to marry a stranger, tells you not to worry about the details, and promises it's just paperwork, they're not inviting you into a quick hustle. They're baiting you into a situation that could spiral into trafficking, blackmail, or long term legal entanglement. Here are the major red flags that you might be dealing with a marriage fraud broker. You're offered money to marry someone you've never met. If you're actually in love with someone from another country and you're considering marriage, that's a different story. But even then, make sure it's a real, mutual relationship with no cash involved and no pressure. Get legal advice before doing anything official, because even genuine couples can be scrutinized if there's any hint of a transaction involved. At the end of the day, this isn't just a scam, it's a setup. And it's one that thrives on dancers staying silent. But the best protection we've always had is each other, sharing stories, spreading warnings, having each other's backs. The folks making these offers think we're desperate, but we're not. We're strategic, we're connected, and we know better. So if some guy tries this with you, shut it down. Warn your sisters and remind him dancers don't fall for cheap shortcuts. We are the hustle, and we don't play ourselves for anyone else's ticket to stay.